Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be checking into the person that you are in no contact with. Let's see how they're feeling about you, if they have the intention of coming back, if they miss you, or if they're doing just fine and moved on. So we have pile 1. Here we have Jasmine. For pile 2, we have Nemo. And for pile 3, we have Stitch. The timestamps are going to be in the description box. Hey pile 1, this is going to be your reading if you picked Yasmin. So we're going to be starting off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards just to get overall the main energies and also for you to check if this is your pile or not. Okay, so starting off here, we have the Sun with number 31. Then here we have innovation reversed. Creative blocks may be preventing progress, or the routine of your job is stifling your ability to innovate. Then we have communication in reverse. The miscommunication is causing confusion, unspoken feelings, or misunderstood words are blocking progress in the relationship. This is interesting. And then we have not enough. Frustrating in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, and jealousy. Okay, so starting off here, we have number 31 here with the Sun. Could be a significant number to you. 3 plus 1, is equals 4. So 4 is Emperor energy. So you could be dealing with an Aries, or you could be dealing with a Leo as well. Or you could be an Aries or could be a Leo. What I'm seeing right now is that, first off, they still associate you with fun. With happiness, with warmth. I believe that maybe you showed them a kind of love and affection that they've never really felt before. I think that in comparison to them, you've had your walls down in comparison to them. So I think that this has been the first time in their life in where they felt very much understood and they felt accepted. I'm getting this a lot. I'm getting acceptance. I feel like you've been even way too patient with this person. Perhaps there's been traits of them that you have accepted in order to, to keep on having them in your life. And I think that this really just kind of destabilized them. With this communication card, it could be that for some of you, this person was either very avoidant and that's why, of course, there could be no progress in a relationship with someone that doesn't communicate and is emotionally avoidant and just ghosts. Or maybe some of them could have been verbally and emotionally abusive. So I think that your person right now, what they're doing is that they're distracting themselves. That is what I'm getting here with this innovation card more than anything. I feel like they're really much distracting themselves. They're like focusing a lot on work. They're focusing a lot on like the material realm. So I'm getting hustling, I'm getting working a lot, I'm getting picking up more shifts, I'm getting, just focusing on money, maybe some of them are going excessively to the gym, some of them are excessively going partying, some of them really have like codependent relationship with their friends or like they're always at their house or something. But I'm getting that they're really trying their best to distract themselves from the fact that you guys are not together anymore. And I feel like all of this, the core of all of this, is that this person didn't feel like they were worth of all this love. I feel like they really do not understand because they do not see that level of good in themselves. And so they sabotaged everything. I feel like sometimes they've had a lot of paranoid thoughts regarding your intentions. Wondering, is pile 1 being actually like honest? Like, is there a catch? What's going on? And that really, 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 really fed their self-sabotaging instincts. Okay, so we're going to be putting this a little bit over here and we're gonna be pulling some tarot cards now. Okay, Spirit. Pile 1's person that they are in no contact with. What are their current feelings towards pile 1? Let's see. We have the 10 of Cups, and it actually resonates a lot. The 10 of Cups is resonating with the Sun. We have 3 of Swords, We have the Knight of Swords. We're going to be clarifying this Knight of Swords in a bit. And then we have the Three of Cups. This kind of, I feel like this is confirming the message that I just gave with the Oracle cards. So with the Ten of Cups, and here we have the Moon as well at the back of the deck. We're going to take it, and we're going to be clarifying the Knight of Swords right away. Okay. Clarifying this Knight of Swords. King of Swords. Okay. Okay. So I believe there is here a confirmation that they are still associating you with a feeling of emotional fulfillment. I believe that this person really was seeing a future with you. So we're talking about family, we're talking about children, we're talking about whatever emotional fulfillment means for you guys as a couple, because it also could not be, maybe it's something else. Maybe it has nothing to do with marriage and children. Maybe it has to do with something else. But whatever it is that the Ten of Cups means for you two as a couple, they still associate you with that. And now there is like a lot of discomfort even thinking about it because of all the pain that comes with it. I believe that they didn't just see you as a partner. They still, even today, they don't see you just as a partner and a lover, but they also see you as their best friend. I think that the level of acceptance that you've managed to create for them, the level of safety that you've managed to create for them was really like an opportunity for them to finally like, just like it was like very relieving, you know? So they really felt cared for. And I think that that also brought out their inner child a lot. So they really associate you to everything that is positive, but at the same time, they also associate you with a lot of fear and a lot of like inadequacy. And I think that this moon right now here is really talking to me about inadequacy. Like you triggered all the positive stuff, but at the same time, you triggered every single negative stuff. And that's not your fault, obviously, but this relationship definitely was calling for them to be like to evolve and heal, you know, to actually see themselves as enough to receive this type of love. And obviously this has nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with you. I feel like to some extent you've taken a lot of responsibility when it comes to them, honestly. I feel like you feel a little too responsible for the fact that maybe they didn't manage to grow or something, or didn't manage to evolve or something. I'm really getting that some of you really have taken this to heart. And I just want to say that this is absolutely not your fault. Here, clarifying the moon, we have the Three of Wands. I think that you really opened up a door for them when it comes to seeing their lacks and their traumas and all the things that they have to heal. And it has been very, very, very uncomfortable. I feel like at some point in their relationship with you, they were standing literally at a threshold. So it's either I'm going to start growing and it's going to be very uncomfortable. Either I start growing or I can go back to my old ways, which is something that they're doing right now with this Three of Cups. I really feel like it's something that they're doing right now. They're literally back at their old ways, you know, in order to deal with the pain. So at some point, so going back at the threshold, they were really standing like in the middle of this road. Like either I go back or I move forward. But the thing is, I know way too much now to go back to the way that it was. Like that doesn't feel right anymore. I don't feel aligned with that anymore. But at the same time, moving forward would mean a lot of discomfort and doing a lot of stuff that I don't really want to do. I want to stay in my comfort zone, so I don't know what I want to do. So it could be that this like them being hesitant about that, it's something that kind of split you guys apart. And right now, because of this heartbreak, they decided to go back to their old ways. I believe that at some point they are going to reach out to you, but I feel like they're being very careful about it. I think that maybe for some of you guys, this breakup is very fresh. So they're trying to be very careful about timing. This is the thing. I believe that they do want to come towards you. And also they are really resisting this urge to text you, to reach out, to call you, to do whatever it is. They're really restricting themselves, but at the same time, I feel like when the time is right, so when enough time has gone by, that they're going to reach out to you, okay? All right, Paul one, this is all that I have for you today. If it made sense, please let me know in the comments, and we're going to be seeing each other in the next time. Bye-bye. Hi, pal number 2. Welcome. This is going to be your reading if you have picked Nemo. Okay, we're just going to put him here to the side. So before we jump into the tarot, we're going to be taking a look at these pre-shuffled oracle cards, just to get pretty much the overall picture of the main energies, and also for you to check if this is actually your pile or not. So let's start with number 8, Coffin. Starting out very strongly here. Then we have independence. You are cultivating a strong sense of independence, no longer relying on others to define your happiness or success. Then we have inspiration. You are in a phase of great inspiration. Every aspect of your work feels exciting and creativity flows effortlessly. And then here we have stabbed in the back. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Damn. So, goddamn, like we're really, really strong here. This is so strong. This is so strong. Okay. So, starting off, I'm getting Gemini very strongly. Some of you could have been dealing with a Gemini, or maybe you guys are a Gemini, or there's Gemini in your or their big six. This person right now, like it seems like for them this is done. Like this is over for them. We're gonna be checking afterwards with the tarot cards what comes out. But it gives a sense like for now this relationship is over. And so they're really trying to focus on themselves, and they're trying to focus on whatever project it is that they had in the back of their mind, and that now they have enough energy in order to go through with it. So with this stabbed in the back as well, we have heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. It could be that there hasn't been any kind of betrayal or something. Betrayal doesn't have to be necessarily with another person or cheating or anything like that. But you know, there are, I mean, obviously you take what resonates and what doesn't. For some people, betrayal could also be like when you don't agree with them 100% all the time, when you're not on their side 100% all the time. Like some people, they just want to surround themselves of like people that are always clapping and telling them that they're right all the time and praising them. So for some people, if you don't do this, you're stabbing them in the back, literally, because they're so mature. So you know what, let's jump straight into the tarot because this is so interesting. Like I'm just getting finished all over. It could also be that they are the ones that have done some nasty shit, and now they're like facing the consequences of it. Like they understand. So there's some regret. We're gonna see now with the tarot what comes out. Okay, Spirit. So for pile number 2, the person that they are in no contact with, what are their feelings right now towards pile 2? Okay, here we have the Magician. Here we have the Knight of Swords. Here we have the 10 of Wands. And here we have the 8 of Wands. I mean, there's a lot of movement towards you, pile 2. Okay, here we also have the 9 of Swords. And here at the back of the deck, we have the 5 of Pentacles. I think that they're the ones that fucked up at this point. There's a lot of guilt. Okay, now it's coming through. Okay. Now this is clearer. So this person, they fucked up, right? Because the 9 of Swords is very much associated like with regret and all that, and overthinking and all that, you know? I believe that some betrayal could have been from their side, to be honest with you. Doesn't have to be, again, doesn't have to necessarily be regarding other people. It could also be that they have prioritized other things in their life, you know, their job. Considering this independence card and this inspiration card, I'm really getting that maybe there was not a third-party situation with another person, but this third party in particular just was something else. Work, projects, anything else. So it's like you felt like an option in their life. You didn't feel like a priority. You felt maybe like a task that they would get done during the day and just like hit like um they would hit a checkbox or something. And I'm getting that it's very complicated right now for them to live with this, with this Ten of Wands, the Nine of Swords. There's a lot of there's a lot of heaviness, there's a lot of regret, and it's like it's very complicated for them right now to deal with the pain that they have actually caused you. And I feel like you're the one that broke up with them, because here we also have the Five of Pentacles. This person feels abandoned. This person feels absolutely abandoned, and I'm getting that all of this is actually something that is pushing them even more towards whatever it is that they were prioritizing at the time when they were with you. And it's not even stuff that I feel like it's a loop. It's kind of a cycle, right? So this person could be emotionally avoidant as well. So they concentrate on their friends, their work, whatever it is, and then they face the consequences because they are dating someone else and they're not prioritizing that person. So they feel guilty. And so they go even more, they dive deeper even more into whatever it is that they're doing. And then they get called out again. They feel even more guilty. And then this is like, you see it as like an endless cycle. And I feel like this person is still very much stuck in this cycle, to be honest. I feel like they're getting shit sleep. I feel like they're replaying a lot of scenarios, a lot of stuff, and I believe that they really want to come towards you with some kind of like peace offering or making amends or really communicating to you all the things that they've never managed to tell you. This could be apologies, this could be speaking about how deeply they've actually felt towards you, but that they've never really allowed themselves to speak up about these things. I'm getting someone that really ties their self-worth to how much they produce. So it's like productivity for them is like everything. And their self-worth is tied to that. So it could be that they were raised by workaholic parents or something, or parents that were like very much obsessed with money. And you are only worth something. You are only worth loving if you are constantly producing, if you are constantly, showing up with whatever it is that you're doing, if you're always moving and all that. So I feel like not even an ounce of their identity is tied to how well they feel in a relationship. Not at all. So I'm getting divorced parents as well. So this person could have had divorced parents, which just made it worse. I'm getting that all of the distractions in the world right now are not really helping. And again, speaking about that cycle, they dive even more, doesn't work, so they dive even deeper. Yeah, they're not doing good. Just thinking about this whole thing is absolutely exhausting, to be honest with you. We got some more cards at the back of the deck just to get a little bit more of just to get some more information. Here we got the Two of Cups, we have the Sun, and we have the Emperor as well. We have the Page of Swords. Like this person, yep, to them, you are still the one. To them, you're still the one that they love. They're the one that they feel happy with, that they feel most at home with. But with this Emperor, we're getting a lot of rigidity here. We're getting a lot of rigidity. They're definitely spying on you, spying on your social media, maybe asking mutual friends about you and how you're doing. Yeah, there's like a lot of movement forward. There's like a lot of like love and a lot of everything, but they're so rigid. They're so rigid. They had like, I don't think that there's any way in hell that this person could ever like tell you 100% how it is that they actually feel about you. Like the depth of the love that they feel towards you is a piece of information that they don't even have, because they're so caught up with everything else that they're doing that they never stop. They never really stop and feel their emotions, right? But if they were to come back and text you at some point, because they will, I don't feel like you should expect anything deep or anything like 100% vulnerable and truthful, because this person is just way too rigid. They're not. They're very, I feel like this person can seem from the outside like they got their shit together, but on the inside, they're a wreck. They're absolutely a wreck. And I feel like whatever it is that they could come and tell you, it's gonna be still very much filtered, very studied, you know, it's like a script basically, because they need that script in order to not show themselves a little bit too much. Otherwise, that is their biggest fear, I think, being seen for who they truly are. And I'm not even seeing this person being willing to change their ways, or at least not for now. All right. Okay, Paul 2, this is all that I have for you today. If it made sense, please let me know in the comments. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hi, Paul number 3. If you chose Stitch, this is going to be your reading. I'm just gonna put him here on the side. So we're gonna start off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards to see the overall energies and to see if this is actually your pile. Okay, so we're gonna start off here with man, number 28. Here we have reconciliation. Past wounds are healing. You and another person are finding a way to reconcile and move forward with greater understanding. Good. Then here we have conflict. Conflict is inevitable, but through honest communication, you can find a way to resolve issues and strengthen your relationships. And then here we have the dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. Okay, guys, so when it comes to this deck here, we have this man card that really specifically talks about a male figure. But not only that, also all the attributes that have to do with male. And it's not like what I'm getting with this card in particular. First of all, I'm getting a lot of Capricorn energy. So maybe this person that you have dealt with is a Capricorn or a Taurus or a Virgo. I'm getting a lot of earth. But I'm getting also someone that could be narcissistic, to be honest. Someone that never truly, you know, second guesses their opinions and their actions, you know, even if it hurts other people, they just don't care. That's what I'm getting. They just don't really care. You know, it's like they don't really see anybody else's perception but their own. They don't even try. Like this is what I'm, if this is very specific. If this is not your person, obviously feel free to pick another video, to pick another pile. But this feels very, very specific. So this is what I'm getting. I feel like because of it, most likely there was a lot of conflict, but it always felt as if you were talking to a wall, because this person just would not even try to see your perception. They wouldn't even acknowledge your hurt, you know? I'm getting that maybe they said some words that were very invalidating, such as, you know, you're exaggerating, or this is not that big of a deal, you know, stuff like that to brush off your pain. And this person wants to get back together with you 100%. Like they really do. I don't think that there's like lack of feelings from their side, however messed up those feelings can be. But it's just that this person is just very, yeah, there's like some narcissistic qualities to them. I feel like you've asked of them to like fix this because it's impossible to communicate with a person like this. And I feel like this conflict card is more towards them, you know, that conflict is inevitable, but they have to, you know, honestly communicate and find a way to resolve issues and not just being passively being like a witness of your relationship, and then they cause problems and then the other person is supposed to be the one that fixes everything, you know. I'm getting also that this person could have been a pathological liar. I'm just not getting good vibes, man, at all. I'm really not getting it. And I feel like they do want to reconcile, but it's not like, you know, we're gonna pull some tarot before moving forward, because this is getting too specific. And then let's see if the tarot agrees. Okay. Spirit, what are pile 3's person that they are in no contact with? What are their feelings towards pile 3? Okay. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Page of Pentacles. A lot of immaturity. There's a lot of immaturity. And we have the Empress. Here at the back of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles, which confirms the earth sign thing, especially Capricorn and Taurus. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of immaturity. This person is not evil, but sometimes like you don't have to be evil in order to be narcissistic. That's the thing. It could be a lot of immaturity. Nobody ever taught you how to resolve conflict. Nobody ever taught you to have empathy towards other people. I do believe that empathy is something that has to be taught, and is something that it is a skill that you develop when you live in very traumatic households. You learn how to scan the environment. You learn how to read people, like books, because you're in survival mode, basically. But then there are other people that they do the exact opposite. They completely retreat within themselves, within their own world, in order to survive. That is also a survival mechanism. And so then they reach the adult years and they're still in that bubble. Like their brain never experienced a safe environment in order to come out, So this person is not evil. This person is not bad. I just feel like they're stuck somewhere in childhood, like 10 years old or something like that, or perhaps even prior to that. It's like, to them, all that matters is to look like they're put together on the outside. That's it. I feel like this person wears a mask for every single person that they encounter. I feel like they can shapeshift easily in order to be likable. And then you came along, with your nurturing energy, with your loving energy, with your intuition, and you started to cut right through that illusion. And you see them for who they truly are, which is something that scared the shit out of them and made them retreat even more. And most likely, their traits of narcissism and and grandiosity and all that, they got even louder because they were trying to not show to you, and not even themselves, the fact that they actually felt very vulnerable when they were with you. They still see you as that type of person. So here we have the Empress energy. Even if you're a man, this is still this is the energy. So being very intuitive, very motherly, very loving. But I don't really see the Empress as some kind of like weak archetype. I feel like the Empress will also put a lot of boundaries and will say straightforward to your face what is going on and what it is that she doesn't like, So, and also the straightforwardness, it's something that really, really, really caught them off guard. And I feel like they felt threatened. And also because they didn't know how to deal with it. Again, we're seeing someone that is very much immature, and that they do not know how to resolve things. They don't know how to help someone out if they're hurting. They don't know how to show that they are sorry when they hurt someone. So it's easier for them to just minimize and manipulate and deflect and point you out to be the problem instead of them. So they don't have to deal with that inadequacy. Now, beyond all of these layers of trauma and ego and all that, I feel like they really felt very much connected to you. They really felt very much connected to you. The fact that you saw them for who they truly are, it's something that very much scared them, but at the same time, it's something that brought a lot of, how do I say this? It's something that made them feel loved. Because I'm getting that this person has been neglected while they were growing up. And they never really had someone pay this much attention to them and being so loving towards them. And so it's something that is very new to them. Like, oh, I didn't know that someone could actually observe me and be curious about me, and all that. But this is something that really, 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 really freaked them out. Here with this dragonfly, I think that they have the willingness to change, but again, it's a very immature, like the spark that they feel to change is something that is like the beginning, right? So it's not that they're taking concrete action towards it. I feel like they do want to make amends to you, but I don't feel it's gonna be for now. I think that at the same time, they do not want to come towards you again being this current version of themselves, because this is the version of themselves that you rejected. And so I feel like for them, it's It's not something that they want to do like 100%. It's more like something that they think about, like, okay, if I ever manage to grow up and get my shit together, I'm gonna reach out to Palo 3, and then see what happens. And if it never happens, if I never grow up, if I never get my shit together, then I'm just not gonna reach out to Palo 3. That's it. So I feel like it's a very much a 50-50 thing. And at this point, if this person never gets their shit together, it's actually better to stay away from you. All right. Okay, Pal 3, this is all that I have for you today. If it made sense, please let me know. And we're going to see each other next time. Okay. Bye-bye.